I want to make a tutorial about cross-examinations in Ace Attorney Turnabout Creator, the Unity-based program for making Phoenix Wright fan cases. One thing I should say before we get started though is that this is going to assume some familiarity with the program, so if you haven't ever used it before, I recommend the video AATC Direct Examination: The First Steps by Clone Fighter as a useful primer for getting to grips with the basics of the engine. Anyway, here's the tutorial. So, I tried scripting this video, and then I decided that that sucked. So, I'm just going to do it live, and I'm just going to show you how I do it. And I don't have to edit this video, and I can just upload it whole cloth. And I can save myself like 3 hours in Premiere Pro. But first, let's hear from ReactBot.
Unironically, the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Thanks, ReactBot. Alright, you need to go away now. He's dead now. This video, as I say, is all about making cross-examinations, so I'm going to show you how roughly to do that. I'm going to make a very quick init sequence here, and we'll fast forward this bit because this isn't super important. Hey guys, it's me, John, lawyer. Great. Okay, so I made a quick initial sequence that I'll just play for you. Hey guys, it's me, John, lawyer, and then music fades out. It doesn't fade back in. Amogus? Okay, so the problem with that is that every time you make a new entry in a sequence, it copies the settings of the previous entry. So I just hadn't faded back in. And also I played the cross-examination screen animation twice, but this time for sure. Hey guys, it's me, John, lawyer. Fade out. Music fades out, fade back in. There we go. Oh, I need to click, I need to auto in these lines. Amogus? Alright, anyway. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to make a sequence that we'll call Statement 1. And each statement in a cross-examination is an individual sequence. So each of these statements is a sequence that has one entry in it. So we're going to use the Killer Sprite on the funny Apollo Justice background. Let me kind of drag that over. Do that. There we go. And just to make it match the aesthetic, we're going to make it green. Green, 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 green. I didn't kill the guy. Sad face. Because he didn't do it. He's innocent. Let him go, guys. That's fine. But what we need to do on this sequence is we need to change it from regular to cross-examination. And so now, when you look at it, you have a bunch of new dots coming out of the sequence. This one goes to the next statement in the cross-examination. This one goes to, so if you press for more information, that's where this goes. If you present the wrong piece of evidence at this statement, then that's where this goes, and then you can add new evidence, and we'll just do photo, because for reasons that will become clear, and which I will explain in a moment. Actually, I'll explain it now. So let's add some evidence. That's a passport. Let me try that again. Badge, badge, badge. I eated it. We want a photo. And this is going to be the critical evidence that proves the case or whatever. And it says photo of the witness killing the guy. Smiley face. And this code name is important because this has got to match to this. Because if you present anything else, then it's going to come up no, basically. So let's do that right now. Let's make another statement first that's just kind of a red herring. Because it doesn't help. And it'll just be him saying where he is. Bring that over. This is just so that it's in the middle of the courtroom. So this horizontal pan is just for the entire courtroom. So 0% is the defense's bench, 100% is the prosecution bench, and then 50-50 is the witness stand. But if you have the start and end point different, then it will pan from the start to the end. Kind of like how in Ace Attorney, sometimes it pans from the defense's bench to the prosecution's bench sometimes. It's not super important for this. But anyway, color, green. I did do everything else, though. Color. Okay, great. And then we need to make this into a cross-examination as well. And now after this, we probably want like a council sequence where Phoenix is talking to like his co-counsel. I haven't decided who that is yet. Let's write that right now. Burger. Okay, so we have our council sequence. It's not very good, but it doesn't have to be. And then we'll drag this back to here so that it goes back to the start. And we'll move this down a little bit so that it's not being blocked. And move this up a little bit so it's a little easier to see. But the only problem is that obviously that your map starts to become a bit of a mess, but we'll make it work. So now we need press sequences for our two statement 1 press seek. We'll start by let's get Shelly the Killer back in there. No, that's the wrong courtroom. This actually is probably a good application of the horizontal pan. So to get an interjection, it'll just be this. And actually, it's just occurred to me that that's not how that works. I'm very stupid. There we go. So that will pan from the witness stand to the defense's bench after he says the funny line. And we'll also end the line after that. He'll say, there we go. Great. And then that goes here. And then that goes to here. Oh, and previous testimony, that needs to go to here because that's going back in the sequence. And then we'll just send this to the same press sequence because we don't really care. Okay, and I'll make an incorrect evidence sequence. And that's going to come out of you. And it's going to come out of you. And he's just going to say... first of all, he's going to say... We're going to have him point. We'll have him skip his opening animation. And he'll just say, Amogus. And we'll do the same thing where this starts at 50 and ends at 0. There we go. Amogus, and then that will be wrong. And then the judge actually will tell him that he's wrong. Let's get the judge saying that he's crazy for that. There we go. Where's the judge from Phoenix Wright? No. And we'll do health bar settings, and he'll lose like fully like half of his HP. He'll lose like most of his HP for that. And then this has to go to this one, or it will if I do it right. There we go. So that looks quite scary, but it's no big deal. This is the first statement in the list. This is him saying, I didn't kill the guy. Press sequence goes to this sequence here where he says hold it, and then says but and then that will just go back to statement 2, which is here. Previous testimony goes back to statement 1. That's how you can go back and forward. And then both of the incorrect evidence sequences go to here, and he loses some HP. And then after the end of the cross-examination, it'll do the co-counsel sequence. So let's see that from the beginning. Hey guys, it's me, John Lawyer. Fade out. Fade in. Fade in. I need to click to make a fade in. Oh, that's my bad. Yep. Amogus. Oh, cuts straight to it. I didn't kill the guy. Hold it. Oh, I need to turn off that interjection. But I did do everything else though. What do you think, Maya? Burger, great. Thanks, Maya. I didn't kill the guy. Oh, but au contraire. Amogus. No. Oh, I lost all my HP. Great. Okay. So that gives you... let's return to the editor. So that's effectively the very, very base making cross-examination. But we'll do the last sequence here, presenting the correct evidence. And this one's unique, not for any mechanical reason, but because we want the music to stop, as it does in the genuine article. So let's get the courtroom again, and we'll have it be at the witness stand still. And it's still going to be the witness because we don't want the point of view character to change. But we do want the music to stop. So we'll do that. Stop. And we'll have that auto end. And then we'll go to Phoenix, who will be at his desk. There we go. And he'll say, objection, Amogus. And then come out of here, and the judge will say yes. The judge will say yes. And we'll use the correct judge. And turn off auto online. I think I also need to turn off auto online on you. There we go. Judge will say yes. No character. And then where's the end? Actually, to be continued is funnier. Delete, delete. And then we'll play the pursuit music. Yeah. And then it will immediately stop. Let's try it. Let's just try it. Let's just run it. I didn't kill the guy. But, what if though? Amogus? Yes. To be continued. And that's the entire sequence. That really sucked. Let me turn off the objections on here and here. And then we will, I think, just need to clean up a couple bits here, and then that's the entire cross-examination in like less than 20 minutes. Obviously, it's not good. It's the problem. It's pretty bad. Equally, you only need to know like the structure, and then you're sort of chilling. Hi guys, it's me, John Lawyer. Fade to you. Cross-examination. Amogus. All right. I didn't kill the guy. Oh, I forgot that. But the theft. Hold it, but the theft. I did everything else. Burger. I didn't kill the guy. Amogus. No. Okay. Didn't kill the guy. There we go. Amogus? Yes. The end. And that's basically it. That's really all that there is to it. It looks terrifying because the nature of the way this program has been set up, making each statement into an individual sequence means that it becomes quite unwieldy to do this at significant scale. You can imagine if you had like a lot of statements, this would be quite difficult. But this is how it sort of is done. I also am conscious that I think this, because that's going to here, because there's not really an easy way to duplicate sequences. But yeah, that's kind of a whistle-stop tour of it. Hopefully that made some sense. I don't know. I'm editing this later, so I guess we'll find out. And if it isn't, then you'll never see this video. But first, let's hear from ReactBot.
Can't believe he did that.
Neither can I, ReactBot. So that concludes that. One thing I elided to talk about is court record management, which in retrospect isn't completely out of scope for this video, so I figured I'd do a postscript where I tell you how to set up the court record state at the start of a case, as well as how to reveal evidence in the course of a case. To set up the court record state at the start of a case, you need to make a phase start sequence at the beginning, which then allows you to list all of the evidence and profiles that the player has access to by codename. Making evidence is very straightforward, so I won't make you watch me make it again, but it's just important to remember the codenames of the evidence you want the player to have. Next, if you want to reveal evidence in the course of a testimony, cross-examination, or other sequence, you just have to select the line you would like the evidence to appear on, click through to the character level setup screen, then click Court Record Management and tinker with the options as shown. You'll need the codename of the evidence you want to reveal. That's actually for realsies it, I think, but if I missed anything or this video sucked, let me know in the comments and I'll address other questions to the extent that I understand how this engine works. If you liked this video, then you might also like the other Unity thing I did recently where I tried to make ReactBot, but not as good. Here's that video. I'm going to go sit down somewhere quiet for a while. Goodbye.